Part 5 of the Pool Referee Quiz Instruction Series deals with different situations where you have to determine which ball is hit first. Here's a good example where we have to hit the rail first in order to contact the 2 ball before the 3 ball. The key to detecting which ball is hit first in this type of shot is understanding how the cue ball will react. If the cue ball deflects off the 2 ball first, it will then deflect off the 3 ball along the tangent line direction for the 3 ball. If it hits the 3 ball first, it will then deflect off the 2 ball and head off the tangent line direction of the 2 ball instead. Here's the shot in regular speed first. In slow motion, you can clearly see the 3 ball being hit first, and the cue ball deflecting off the tangent line of the 2 ball. The cue ball actually goes a little forward of the tangent line because the ball hops slightly, hitting the 2 ball above its equator. Also, there's a slight follow action on the shot. This shot is a foul because the wrong ball is being hit first. Here's another example which is also a foul. The cue ball is hitting the obstacle ball first, and we can clearly see the cue ball come off the tangent line of the object ball. Here's the same shot, but hitting the correct ball first, the 2 ball. In slow motion, you can clearly see the 2 ball contact first, and then the cue ball coming off the tangent line of the 3 ball. Here's another similar example in super slow motion, where we can clearly see the object ball contact first, and the cue ball coming off the tangent line of the obstacle ball. Now, anytime we have rail first shots, we always have to make sure something hits a rail after object ball contact. Here are some examples to illustrate this principle. Now let's look at some examples where we have 2 balls close together. We have to hit the 8 ball first for the shot to be legal. Unfortunately, to make this shot, the cue ball will be very close to the 9 ball when it makes contact with the 8 ball. It will be very difficult to see whether or not the cue ball hits the 8 ball first. But again, by understanding tangent lines and the motion of the cue ball, we can determine if the shot is a foul or not. In slow motion, you can clearly see the cue ball coming off the tangent line of the 9 ball before the draw action pulls the cue ball back. So the shot is clearly fair. We did hit the 8 ball first. Here's the same shot, this time hitting the 9 ball first, so again this would be a foul. In this shot, you can clearly see the 9 ball being hit first and the cue ball leaving along the 8 ball tangent line. Here are a few more examples along with the proper calls. Shown here is a rare case where when the cue ball hits both balls simultaneously, they form a 90-degree angle. In this case, it's not clear by the cue ball's motion which ball is hit first. In either case, the cue ball tends to come to a stop. Here we managed to get almost simultaneous contact, and you can see the cue ball's reaction is very similar to the last shot. Here the 2 balls are a little bit farther apart, so they no longer form that 90-degree angle. So now we can rely on the tangent line motion of the cue ball to tell us which ball was hit first. In this case, it is clear that the 3 ball is hit first because the cue ball comes off the tangent line of the 9 ball. This final example shows how important it is to understand how the balls move. Here we're clearly hitting the red 3 ball first, and the 3 ball will either narrowly clear the 9 ball, leaving it in place, or deflect the 9 ball off to the right. Obviously, with too much follow-through, we would risk hitting the 9 ball with the Q-tip, which would be a foul. Well, let's see what happens. Well, in slow motion, you can clearly see what's going on. Someone not knowing how the balls are supposed to move might think this is a legal shot and a victory because the 9 ball is pocketed. However, this is a blatant foul and could be ruled as unsportsmanlike conduct.